Hi, Black Cat Recapped here. Today I am going to explain a comedy movie named 21 Jump Street. The movie starts in the year 2005. Schmidt gets off the bus at his high school, dressed like Eminem. It's prom week, and he tries to ask a popular girl to prom but she rejects him, and Jenko, a jock, makes fun of him. Suddenly, Jenko is called to the principal's office. The principal tells him he can't go to prom because his grades are bad. Jenko is angry because he was going to be prom king. Jump to 7 years later. Schmidt joins the police academy and finds out that Jenko is also in the same training group. They realize that Jenko is physically strong while Schmidt is good at studying, so they decide to help each other and become friends. They graduate as police officers and proudly say they're ready for a lifetime of being badass. They spend their days patrolling on bicycles and stopping minor offenses. One day, they come across a motorcycle gang called the 1% heirs smoking weed. They confront the gang, and Schmidt finds cocaine in one of their bags. The gang escapes, and Schmidt and Jenko chase after them. Schmidt hesitates to use his gun and gets knocked down while his suspect gets away. Jenko successfully catches his suspect, and they celebrate. At the police station, their captain tells them their arrest is invalid because they didn't read the suspect his rights. Jenko doesn't even know the Miranda rights, so they are sent to an undercover program. They arrive at 21 Jump Street, an abandoned Korean church, where they meet Captain Dixon. He explains that they will go undercover in different high schools to investigate a new drug. It's crucial that they don't get expelled because nobody should know about the police operation. Captain Dixon tells Schmidt and Jenko about their specific assignment. They will pose as brothers and infiltrate Sagan High School, where a dangerous new drug is spreading. They watch a video of a student taking the drug and experiencing strange effects. The student has since died from an overdose, making it urgent to find the dealers and the main supplier. Schmidt and Jenko have to pretend to be brothers and live at Schmidt's parents' house. As they settle into Schmidt's old room, Schmidt expresses his concern that they might not be friends anymore in high school since they weren't friends back then. Jenko reassures him, saying it's just an assignment, and he's confident he can teach Schmidt how to be cool. On the first day of school, Jenko tells Schmidt to use only one strap for his backpack. They also get a cool car from the police impound lot. However, when they arrive at Sagan High School, they notice that everyone else is using 2 straps and there are different groups of students, including the emo kids, that Jenko doesn't recognize. Schmidt gets distracted by a really attractive girl riding her bicycle, while Jenko gets into a fight with the eco-friendly kids who aren't impressed by his gas-guzzling car. Jenko punches one of the eco-friendly kids, who happens to be gay, and everyone thinks it's a hate crime. Schmidt and Jenko end up in the principal's office and receive a warning. In the confusion, their fake identities get mixed up, and now everyone thinks Schmidt is a super athlete and Jenko is a genius in advanced chemistry. Schmidt goes to drama class and sees the pretty girl, Molly. Her boyfriend, Eric, is the leader of the eco-friendly kids. Schmidt starts talking to Molly and asks her where he can find the new designer drug. Molly shows him some graffiti with the dealer's phone number. Schmidt texts the dealer and arranges to meet him at the yearbook office. Schmidt pulls Jenko out of his chemistry class, and they go to the yearbook office where they discover that the dealer is Molly's boyfriend, Eric. Eric sells them each a hit of the drug but insists they take it immediately in front of him. Schmidt and Jenko try to vomit in the bathroom afterward but can't. As they head back to class, the gym teacher stops them. He wants Schmidt to join the track team because he believes Schmidt is the super athlete due to the mistaken identities. While talking to the gym teacher, Schmidt and Jenko start experiencing the effects of the drug. To escape, Schmidt agrees to join the track team. In drama class, Schmidt becomes extremely overconfident. The drama teacher asks him to audition for the role of Peter Pan. However, during the track meet after school, Schmidt is in the crazy phase of the drug, and he messes up the meet by flinging his relay baton across the finish line. The eco-friendly kids find it hilarious. Back at 21 Jump Street, Schmidt and Jenko create a chart for Captain Dixon with information about the eco-friendly kid dealers, but they still don't know who the main supplier is. The other undercover cops have already made several arrests in their high schools, so Dixon tells Schmidt and Jenko to hurry up. Jenko is upset that he's no longer considered cool. Being smart and tolerant is now the trend, making Schmidt more popular. Schmidt suggests throwing a party to gain Eric's trust. He calls Molly, and they joke and laugh on the phone. Molly agrees to invite everyone to the party. Schmidt and Jenko convince Schmidt's parents to go on a trip, buy a lot of alcohol, and steal drugs from the evidence locker. Jenko invites the AP chemistry nerds to the party because he plans to bug Eric's phone. Everyone arrives at the party, and Jenko successfully takes Eric's phone. However, Eric decides to leave because some tough guys from another high school show up. To buy some time, Schmidt gets into a fight with the tough guys. Jenko joins in, and surprisingly, Schmidt wins the fight but gets stabbed in the shoulder. Jenko removes the knife, and the party continues. Meanwhile, Schmidt's parents realize they forgot their cell phone, so they come home and interrupt the party. Everyone scatters. Eric then recruits Schmidt as a drug dealer. Schmidt delivers all the drugs to Captain Dixon and brings back cash to Eric, making him believe Schmidt is doing well. However, Eric still hasn't introduced Schmidt to his supplier. Meanwhile, Schmidt keeps flirting with Molly, and Jenko spends time causing explosions with the chemistry nerds. While Schmidt hangs out with the eco-friendly kids and Jenko spends time with the nerds, Jenko secretly listens to Eric's conversations using the microphone on the phone. Back at 21 Jump Street, the other undercover cops inform Schmidt and Jenko that the designer drug is spreading to their schools. At school, Schmidt is about to go on stage for his leading role as Peter Pan. Jenko tells him they have to intercept the exchange. They spot Eric driving away, but their muscle car is immobilized for parking in a handicapped space. They steal the driver's ed car instead and follow Eric. Eric meets up with the 1%er gang and hands them a piñata filled with drugs. Schmidt and Jenko follow the gang, but they are angry at each other. They end up colliding with one of the bikers, and now they are being pursued instead of following the bikers. A huge car chase ensues, with Jenko and the bikers shooting at each other. Eventually, Schmidt hesitates again and fails to shoot one of the bikers. Schmidt and Jenko start arguing loudly, with Jenko accusing Schmidt of getting too involved and filling out college applications as if he can start his life over. Schmidt rushes back to the high school, but the play has already begun. When he tries to join the stage, Molly feels embarrassed and tells him she never wants to see him again. Jenko jumps on Schmidt, and they end up in a big fight. As a result, the principal expels them. Back at the church, Schmidt asks Captain Dixon if he's going to scold them. Captain Dixon replies that he's simply going to fire them. Jenko packs his things to move out of Schmidt's house. He tells Schmidt how sad it is because he genuinely thought they were like brothers and would do anything for each other. Suddenly, Eric arrives in his car and tells them to get in. He takes Schmidt and Jenko to a deserted alley and pulls out 2 guns. He starts listing all the suspicious things they've done, making Schmidt and Jenko believe that Eric is going to shoot them. He hands them the guns and asks for their help in a significant meeting between his dealer and the 1% heirs. The big meeting is happening at prom. Schmidt and Jenko assist each other in getting dressed, and Schmidt asks Jenko if he'll be his date. They arrive at prom as Jenko always imagined, in a white limo with doves flying out. They also bring the nerds and a group of hookers as their dates. Schmidt spots Molly and tries to confess everything to her, but she is heavily affected by the designer drug. Eric takes Schmidt and Jenko to the meeting, where they discover that the gym teacher is the supplier. Initially, everything goes smoothly, but then Molly enters the crazy phase of her drug trip and starts accusing Schmidt of being a cop. Tensions rise, and everyone pulls out their guns. Molly storms into the room, and the gym teacher takes her hostage. Schmidt and Jenko are forced to surrender their guns and are about to be shot when 2 of the 1% heirs reveal themselves as undercover DA agents. One of the DA agents removes his fake nose, revealing himself to be Johnny Depp. A fierce firefight erupts. The gym teacher grabs Molly and the bag of cash and flees. The 1% heirs chase after him, with Schmidt and Jenko following closely behind. A high-speed chase unfolds as all 3 groups drive around the city in their limos, shooting at each other. Schmidt and Jenko are running out of ammunition, but Jenko makes a homemade bomb, causing an explosion. The blast also causes the gym teacher's limo to crash. This time, Schmidt doesn't hesitate. He shoots the gym teacher right in the groin area. Schmidt and Jenko say sorry to each other, and then Schmidt says sorry to Molly. Schmidt and Molly share a kiss. Afterward, Schmidt and Jenko go back to the 21 Jump Street church feeling successful. Captain Dixon announces that their next mission will involve going undercover at college. Schmidt excitedly exclaims, yes, while Jenko protests, no,